Welcome to Spill the Tea, where we don't just sip tea, we expose it. You think of caffeine as your morning pick-me-up, your productivity hack, your comfort blanket. But caffeine is something else entirely. It's a drug. And it's legal, socially accepted, and pushed into your hands with a smile. It comes in many forms: coffee, soda, energy drinks, and tea. That innocent little cup you brew before a meeting or a meditation. But what if we told you tea isn't just your gentle sidekick? It's your friendly dealer. Subtle, sophisticated, but every bit as strategic. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the true pharmacology of caffeine, how tea became a socially acceptable drug delivery system, and how it's quietly woven itself into your daily rituals, identity, and gut. It's time to wake up before the tea does it for you again. Let's spill the facts. Coffee gets all the heat. It's bold, brash, jittery, so it makes sense that we scrutinize it. But tea is an elegance, wisdom, the drink of monks and grandmothers. What could be dangerous about something steeped in tradition? Here's the thing, tea's image is its disguise. Green tea, white tea, oolong, even black tea, they're all part of the same plant family, Camellia sinensis, and they all contain caffeine. In many cases, the caffeine is just subtle enough to go unnoticed, which is what makes it more insidious. You may not feel the instant jolt of coffee, but over time, your body develops the same level of dependency. You don't get high, you get hooked quietly. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the neurotransmitter that tells your brain you're tired. When adenosine is suppressed, your brain feels alert. Your body stays awake. You get stuff done. But here's the cost. You don't actually create more energy, you just suppress the signal to rest. You build tolerance, which means you need more tea to get the same lift. Your natural sleep-wake rhythm, the circadian rhythm, gets disrupted. Eventually, you reach a point where you're not drinking tea to feel energized, you're drinking it to feel normal. That's not wellness. That's a managed dependency. It's a marketing term, not a medical one. Sounds nice. But let's look at the science. Green tea has 30-50 mg of caffeine per cup. Matcha can contain up to 70 mg per serving. Black tea is closer to 40-60 mg. That's not low. That's a meaningful stimulant dose, especially when consumed multiple times per day. Your nervous system doesn't care if the caffeine came from a serene teapot or a coffee thermos. The chemistry is the same. Have you ever felt off, but didn't realize it was your tea? Let's talk about symptoms of caffeine sensitivity that most people ignore. Anxiety or inner restlessness, digestive upset, racing thoughts or intrusive worry, insomnia, blood sugar crashes, morning irritability. These symptoms are often blamed on stress, hormones, lack of discipline. But sometimes, the culprit is caffeine hiding in your wellness routine. Tea companies sell you calm, while slowly stimulating your adrenal glands, disrupting your gut flora, and making your sleep shallower than you think. Caffeine isn't just physical. It's ritualistic. You don't just crave the tea, you crave the ceremony. The mug, the moment, the identity, marketers know this. That's why they package tea with words like sacred sip, mindful mornings, balanced blend. But let's be clear, spiritual language doesn't neutralize chemical reality. You can meditate while sipping a tea that's quietly depleting your adrenal system. You can journal and affirm and still be in a biochemical tug-of-war between stress and peace. Because of that tiny compound called caffeine, tea sells you presence while pushing your body into a subtle form of fight or flight. Your gut isn't just a digestion center, it's your second brain. Caffeine, even from tea, can increase stomach acid, disrupt your microbiome, irritate the intestinal lining, act as a laxative, especially with senna or dandelion-based blends. Many detox teas actually cause diarrhea, which isn't detox. It's dehydration. If you're drinking tea for gut health but constantly feel bloated, anxious, or run down, caffeine may be the missing link. Ever tried to quit tea and felt foggy, headachy, emotionally flat? That's caffeine withdrawal. Because caffeine increases dopamine receptor activity, your brain adapts to it. Take it away, and suddenly your baseline joy and motivation drop. This isn't just about habit, it's about neurological adaptation, which is why so many people relapse, not because they love the taste, but because they can't handle the crash. Tea culture normalizes dependency, but freedom starts with truth. Why don't more influencers talk about this? Because tea fits the aesthetic. It's calm, it's chic, it's minimalist, it's brandable. Unlike coffee, which screams energy and burnout, tea whispers wellness, even when it's laced with compounds that create dependency. The detox tea industry is a billion-dollar scam built on this illusion. Their formula: add caffeine plus laxatives, claim it reduces bloat, use a model with a flat stomach, sell it as cleanse or glow. But detox doesn't come in a tea bag, and your liver doesn't need help. It needs hydration, whole foods, and rest. You ask, not all herbal teas are caffeine-free. Many energy blends include yerba mate high caffeine, guayusa, green tea extract, natural energy herbs, code for stimulants, and even non-caffeinated blends can mess with your body if they contain senna, harsh laxative, licorice root, can raise blood pressure, bitter herbs in high doses. Just because it's plant-based doesn't mean it's safe in all amounts. Tea can heal, or it can slowly hijack your body. So what's the answer? Not fear, not panic, not shame, just this: know your tea, know your body, know your truth. Try limiting tea to before noon, switching to rooibos, peppermint, or chamomile, cycling off caffeine 1-2 weeks per season, supporting your adrenals with B vitamins, sleep, and gentle movement. Drinking tea because it's nourishing, not because you're desperate to feel alive. Conscious sipping, unconscious dependency. Caffeine doesn't just wake you up, it shifts your hormones. When you consume caffeine, even from a light tea like green or oolong, your body triggers a stress response. It releases cortisol, your main stress hormone, epinephrine, adrenaline, norepinephrine, alertness stimulant. Chronic tea-based caffeine intake can disrupt thyroid hormone conversion, elevate cortisol, which causes belly fat retention and burnout, lower progesterone in women, increase androgens, worsening acne or PCOS, disrupt insulin sensitivity, spiking cravings. Even just 1 cup of tea daily, if taken chronically, can create long-term shifts in your hormone cascade. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, and even longer in some people. That means if you drink green tea at 3 p.m., half of that caffeine may still be in your system at bedtime. Even if you fall asleep, you get less deep sleep, recovery phase, less REM sleep, emotional processing, more micro wake-ups you don't remember. You wake up tired, so you drink more tea, and the cycle repeats. This is the sleep debt no one talks about. Decaf doesn't mean caffeine-free. It means somewhat less caffeine. Most decaf teas still contain 5 to 12 mg of caffeine, enough to affect sensitive people, especially if consumed in the evening. The decaffeination process can also strip polyphenols, antioxidants, flavor compounds, nutrient balance. Herbal teas are your best bet, but again, red labels. Some sneak caffeine-rich herbs back in. Don't trust labels. Trust your body. Want to reset your relationship with caffeine? Here's how. Taper slowly, mix regular tea with herbal. Support detox pathways. Hydration, magnesium, B-complex. Switch to caffeine-free rituals. Warm lemon water, tulsi, journaling. Sleep like it's medicine, because it is. Listen to your energy, not the voice that says, just 1 more cup. This isn't about quitting forever. It's about waking up without needing a substance. Freedom isn't no tea. Freedom is choosing tea consciously. Caffeine is the most widely used psychoactive substance on the planet. And tea. It's the softest, most seductive way it gets into your bloodstream. It doesn't kick down the door. It bows gently and walks in. But once it's there, it changes your chemistry, your focus, your gut, your energy, your identity. And you call it self-care. But now that you know the truth, the question isn't whether tea is good or bad. The question is, are you choosing it? Or is it choosing you? This has been Spill the Tea, where we don't shame, we shine light. So you can sip smarter, feel better, and live more awake, without just relying on something to wake you up. Until next time, question what's in your cup. Because even the most beautiful rituals can be built around subtle addiction.